So I'll tell you what, let's start this way. Let me ask you this. So what made you want to play Diablo Immortal?
So whenever I saw that they were announcing the game in 2018, I have been a Diablo fan my entire life. I started off by playing Diablo 1, actually, then moved on to Diablo 2. The day Diablo 2 came out, I grinded that game all day, every day. It came out my freshman year of high school. Absolutely loved it. I actually love competition as well. So I started off by playing a hardcore character, grinded my way up to level 99 in Diablo 2 hardcore. And then once I got to 99, the game was kind of over in that matter. So I started creating low-level duelers. So I had a low-level dueler, barb, and also assassin, which my favorite thing to do was player kill in that game. So I joined games constantly and try to kill people. Once Diablo Immortal announced its release in 2018 that it was going to be coming out, I was like, dude, I'm a big fan of mobile games. I enjoy the whole situation of pay-to-play type games, and especially wanting to be a content creator. Since I have a couple extra bucks in the bank, I was like, dude, let's splurge on Diablo Immortal, build one of the best accounts, and make some amazing content for it. And so here we are. I got to level 60 in Diablo Immortal. Once I hit level 60, I realized that Diablo Immortal was a good game for not only pay-to-play players, but also for free-to-play players or any player in the game. You can be a minnow player, you can spend no money, you can spend a little bit of money or a ton of money, and you can all kind of group together and do the same events together. And there's no real advantage or disadvantage. However, being a pay-to-play player in Diablo Immortal, obviously you do in-game things like play against players who have spent the most money in Diablo Immortal and PvP. You also are able to gain high ranks in the challenge rift. So those are things that you access as a heavy pay-to-play that you simply don't as a free-to-play. But when it comes down to it, I mean, free-to-play players have a blast playing this game, so that's what I wanted to do.
So I'm sure I'll ask you about, we know you've spent some money. We'll get into it. I want to ask you a couple questions about that. But before I do, I want to get a little bit more of your background here. You mentioned that you come from like some PC games. You like Diablo already, but then you also like mobile games. So I want to know exactly, when did you start enjoying mobile games? Is that fairly new for you, or what do you remember your first mobile game by any chance, roughly when you started to enjoy them?
Yes. So I was working in the housing business, flipping HUD homes. And it was actually my brother's accountant that was playing a mobile game called Clash of Clans. And he was playing Clash of Clans. He told me about it. And I was like, all right, you know what? I'll download it. I'll give it a try. He taught me into it. Never imagined spending a single dollar on a mobile game. Thought it was absolutely obnoxious. And I'm like, because like I said, I was a PC gamer. So I was like, what the hell? I'm going to spend money in a mobile game. Then ended up creating my own clan in the game and basically wanted to take over. So what did I do? Bought the first $20 pack, got addicted. Next thing I know, I was highly invested into the game, and then moved on to a game called Castle Clash, and it got highly invested in that game. And so, yeah, that's when the mobile gaming all started. And then created a YouTube channel as well. So when Castle Clash started, created a YouTube channel and started grinding out daily videos. And now I have around 3,700 videos online of multiple different mobile games.
Well, I'm glad you got into that, because the next question I wanted to ask you was, do you think you would be enjoying mobile games this much without the socialness of the games? Because I can say I've been doing mobile games, professionally for a number of years now as full-time, and I definitely wouldn't be doing it if there wasn't like the fun around the community of it myself personally. But I've heard different takes from different people. I've heard some people say that some of these mobile games I play, they could be, single player games and I'd still enjoy them. And I've heard the opposite of, there's no way I would play these without the people. So what's your take on that, JT?
So I 100% agree with you. Both of those games I played, Clash of Clans and also Castle Clash, the community that we had together was absolutely amazing. I actually had a couple of Discord channels and chat rooms that had well over thousands of people, and the community was super solid, and it kind of stuck together. And also the pay-to-player community kind of stuck together as well in those games, and it pretty much it was such a tight group that it was weird. Like in Castle Clash, everybody was kind of spending money together and enjoying it. You know what I mean? So, I mean, that's kind of my experience. I agree 100%. And in Diablo Immortal too, that's one thing that made me spend money in Diablo Immortal is that, like I said, if you're a free-to-play player, hey, we can team up. We can go run the same dungeon and have a blast doing it. And that's that. And also you can sign on Discord. There's 4-man raids. There's 8-man raids. You can create different ways of going about the game. That's really what I look forward to in mobile games for sure.
So one point you just made about you can kind of group up with the whales. I actually just made a video covering this where there's rewards in particular that are placed upon your 2-player, 3-player, and 4-player challenge rift rewards in particular are the most valuable. And whales can carry free-to-play people through this, and you only have to be within rank the top 10 in order to receive, granted the first place gets more, but the 10th place still gets a decent amount of rewards to actually upgrade your gear. So I agree. I think whales can actually carry free-to-play to some extent too. So let's get into talking about whaling. Before I actually ask you the questions in fairness, you should know I've spent over $25,000 on mobile games myself, like over the years doing it. So there's not going to come from any sense of judgment, but I know absolutely anyone who sees like either the title or, or the name of your stream where it's like 50,000 invested, they're going to want to know, how can you invest $50,000 into the game? What's your answer to that?
Okay, so I started out, like I said, when my YouTube was at its prime, I realized how much money was behind YouTube. And in 2018 and 2019, my YouTube channel was relatively small. It had about 100-something thousand subscribers, and it was pulling in about 4.5 to 5 million views a month. Ooh. And during those months, I was making anywhere between $20,000 to $40,000 a month. Yeah. So immediately I was like, okay, this is absolutely insane. Let's take this to another level. But then I had a really rough time in my life where I was actually married for 15 years, got divorced. And so I quit YouTube for about a year and a half. And also the game that I was mainly YouTubing completely ruined my free-to-play account. It's a long story, but yeah, my free-to-play account got ruined. And after that, I quit the game and then quit YouTube. And then when Diablo Immortal came back, I was like, dude, this is the game. I'm about to come back hard in Diablo Immortal. We're about to take over. We're about to invest some money and then try to start back up the YouTube. And then I was also like, let's go ahead and start going live on Twitch as well, because you know what I mean? It's not going to hurt anything. I'm going to be playing the game anyway. I love interacting with people. I love building a community. So now my goal is to build an amazing community with Diablo Immortal. And hopefully, or not hopefully, but when Diablo 4 does come out, I want to have a badass player base to where basically we can carry this over to Diablo 4 and completely take over Diablo 4.
So is your plan then to go from Diablo Immortal to Diablo 4 with the community you're growing off YouTube? Because I did actually do a little look into you on YouTube, and I saw you have like 150,000 subs or something on YouTube. You have a fairly large-sized channel. Are you going to start? I think you have 1 or maybe 2 videos out on Diablo Immortal at this time. Are you going to start pumping out some content, and we expect to see JT all over the place now?
Yes, so my goal with YouTube and Diablo Immortal is I'm going to Twitch it every day for 10 to 15 hours, pretty much every day, until my character is completely at the max level. So once it gets to the max level, that's when you're going to see pretty much a ton of content coming out explaining everything that I've learned. I'm kind of the person that doesn't like to make a YouTube video if I don't know 100% what I'm talking about.
Sure.
So if I don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not going to make a video on it, right? So I want to learn the entire game, all the ins, all the outs, get my account maxed up, figure out all the different builds within my character, and then I'm going to be pumping out daily content. I'm already trying to put out 1 video per day on Diablo Immortal. But I'm going to be honest, like when you're live for 12 to 15 hours a day, when I wake up, it's like, all right, well, it's time to go live again. You know what I mean? So making YouTube videos is kind of tough when I'm on the grind like I am, right?
Trust me, I'm well aware, my friend. So it's impressive you can continue the grind like it is, especially because I've watched some of your live streams and I know how long it takes. Even while spending money continually, you still have to play the game in order to get the rewards that the spending the money achieve. For instance, from the Elder Crest, for instance. So let me ask you this question, which is going to be: how long do you think it's going to take to get your character to that maxed out spot you want to be at?
I am hoping it's before they update it and come out with some new gems, because obviously they're probably going to do that to make more money. So I'm thinking at this rate, it's probably going to take me another 2 weeks.
Okay. And when you say at this rate, so at the current rate you're doing, do you know how many Elder Crests you're doing a day or how much money you're planning to spend a day at this point?
There's no cap on really how much money I'm planning on spending. I'm going to spend whatever it takes to max out the account. However, you can log in, or you can tell by resonated gear, you can get a really good gauge of how much it is going to take. And I would say it's probably going to take me around $30,000 to $40,000 more to finish it up. And that's my estimate.
Do you think that you've got fairly lucky or average? Because that would be approximately $80,000 to get a hero completely maxed in your current estimate?
Yeah, I would say that I'm about 60% of the way towards a maxed out character. And if we look at the gems, I have right now spent a total of $48,000 in this game. And right now I have 1 million eternal orbs. And if you do the math, like 1 million eternal orbs is basically like what, $13,000 or close to that. So I have basically gotten, that means I've spent what, $34,000, right around $34,000 of actual used game currency. And I would say I've gotten extremely lucky because so far I've gotten 21 5-star gems from the Elder Rifts. And if you look at the other streamers like such as Quinn69, he spent over $10,000 before he even got one, right? Maybe I think it was even 15,000. I don't know.
I think it was more. Someone was told me it was 25,000 like New Zealand dollars or something.
Right. And so sure. I've gotten I've gotten literally every single day I've played, I've gotten at least one 5-star gem. And some days I've gotten upwards of 4 per day. Like the last 2 days, I actually got 4 both days. So, you know what I mean?
So let me ask you a couple questions about the monetization system then. So the first one I want to ask is, do you believe this monetization system makes it more enjoyable for you? Or if all the same items were in the game, but you had to grind for all of them, do you legitimately believe it would be more fun or less fun?
That is a good question. I think it would be honestly pretty similar to me. That's why I'm going to be jumping on to Diablo 4. Like I said, I had a ton of fun with Diablo 2 and 3, and I grinded them honestly just as much as I grinded Diablo Immortal. Maybe a little bit less because Diablo Immortal, I want to be one of the first players to have a maxed out account to create all that content. So I am putting in a little bit more effort with Diablo Immortal. And obviously because I'm spending the cash on Diablo Immortal. But yeah, I mean, I think that it wouldn't change the pace. Either way, I'd be playing Diablo Immortal if it was free to play or not. And in my experience, normally in all mobile games that I've played, whether it's Clash of Clans, Clash Royale, or Castle Clash, whatever I'm playing, I normally have a free to play account and also a pay to play account. And I explain both sides, right? So I explain the game on the heaviest pay to play account, and then I'll also have a free to play account and explain my knowledge on the best way to progress as a free to play as well.
So just 2 last questions for you then, and then I won't take up any more of your time because I know you're in the middle of the stream, and thanks for taking the questions. So what's your message to the people giving you hate? Because I know I can tell you myself, I've been doing videos, getting a pretty good amount of views, and I'm getting constant hate. It's been almost impossible to even stream it. You get people coming in basically doing everything short of telling you to hang yourself for even playing the game. So what is your message to those people at the moment?
I mean, my message to them is, you know what I mean? Keep hating, and I'm going to keep having fun with the game. Honestly, hate does not bother me at all. If you ever join my live stream, that is at twitch.tv/JTisAllBusiness, you will notice no matter what type of hate comes to the channel, I overlook it, honestly. It has zero effect on me. Now, one thing, if people start being racist and doing things like that, they'll just get an immediate ban, and I do not need those people a part of my community. But hate honestly does not bother me. I would actually prefer the hate to come to my channel rather than not, because that just means there's more people watching you, right? The hate brings people as well. So, I mean, it is what it is.
Sure, man. The last question then is going to be about a recent topic. So I don't know how much you're up to date because you haven't been playing so much, but recently Asmongold's been talking about trying to get regulation to shut down loot boxes in games. What's your opinion to people that would like to vote to take away your ability to do what you're doing now? Dude, what's your opinion on that?
So I personally think that there is really no chance that that's going to happen, because as long as they make it a mature game to where, you know what I mean, kids aren't doing this. Let me see, how can I answer this properly? I feel like that this game isn't necessarily a gamble in a sense. Like a lot of people say this game is just a hardcore gamble, right? Like whenever I go to the casino to gamble, if I put $1,000 on red or black and miss, then I lose everything. If you put $1,000 in on this game, you're guaranteed to get stuff for your money. There's no way to spend money in this game and get nothing, right? So it's impossible. So if you spend money, it tells you the exact odds of everything there are to get. So you can simply click on the Elder Rift, for example, see your odds of getting a 2, 3, 4, and 5-star. And so that's that. Like, I feel like it's a free world, and businesses should be able to create this. And if it attracts people and they are getting in trouble by this, so be it. I mean, that's literally their issue. It's like the same with people that drink alcohol. Like if you waste money on alcohol, you're wasting money on alcohol. That doesn't mean it should be illegal, right?
I understand. I've made a similar comparison myself, and obviously I've been. I would, in order to take the heat off you a little bit here with the line of question, I'll also answer the same question myself. To be fair, and I have mixed feelings on it because it's very hard for me to want to have these regulations go through and remove abilities from people like me and you to do this, because at a certain level I enjoy what these games are, and I know that at a certain level I do enjoy the dopamine and pay the win and stuff, and there's been many games I've enjoyed that over time, and removing people's ability to enjoy that I feel like is difficult. But at the same time, I'm seeing arguments for it constantly destroying like old IPs and etc. And so at this point, where I'm at with it is I'm pretty much just going to let the people decide. I'll let the regulation go. If it's illegal, so be it. That's what the people decide. I guess I'll move on to whatever the new games that come out. If it's going to stay, I'll stay with it. So you've been very honest and open with your answers. I appreciate that, JT, a ton. I'm sorry that you're getting any hate at all. I've got it myself, so I know how it goes. But for the people that want to see you and see the positivity, because you are a great guy, you've always been positive with me every time I've talked to you. Where can they see you now, and what you got going on for the next little bit?
So I will be at twitch.tv/JT is all business for basically until Diablo 4 comes out. And then when Diablo 4 comes out, I'll still be in the same spot. I'm going to be grinding Diablo Immortal every day, all day. If you guys want to see one of the best barbs in the game and the grind to what it takes to get to be the best barb, come join me on Twitch. I will be right here live streaming, putting in the work, making videos, and having fun with the progression. So yeah, that's what it's all about for me, my man.
Thank you again, JT. All right, everybody.
Hey, man.
Bye-bye.
Have a good rest of your day. Appreciate you, brother.